Hey, what's going on, everybody? You guys know I'm always coming at you guys. I come at you correct and always bring the best talent that we can find. My name is DJ Rick. I'm the owner and founder of National Sex Day Holiday, which is June 9th, the sixth month, the ninth day holiday 69. We always talk about things that involve, of course, sex and the backstories of some of the people, entertainers, and producers in the industry. We always focus on safe sex practices, STI prevention. We talk about people wearing condoms, also sex people who need counseling and coaching. We do that too in every single aspect of the facet of the diamond that we like so much. We are also responsible for anal sex day, oral sex day, swingers day, and we got a few other holidays we're going to be introducing to you guys between now and 2026. We're not done making holidays, we're just getting started. And we picked up a big sponsor, Sticky Cams. Yes, you guys have heard of them. Kind of like OnlyFans and other platforms like that. But with Sticky Cams, you make 65%, and that goes to the talent. So other places are paying, but not paying as well. Stickycams.com. I'm going to include a little click code. You get on there, you get the code. We're going to set you guys up. And again, you're making 65%, and all goes to the talent. There you have it. I have a great guest right now. She's a talent from private society. I love this lady. She's laid back. She's really cool. She's a dog lover just like me. And I did spend some time in California as a kid, and she's out there doing what she does. I'm not going to tell y'all where because y'all are perverted like that. But you know what? West Coast, East Coast doesn't matter. It's within the lower 48. And I don't know about Alaska and Hawaii, but we'll get to them later. Tell them who you are, sweetheart, and what do you do?
Hi, my name's Aura Rose, and I'm a performer and a model since 2012.
Yes, you are. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. And we're going to talk about your career and what you do. So thanks for being part of this National Sex Day. We appreciate you being a part of what we do. So, how did you get started in this business? Because it's not for everybody. Some people try, some people have a curiosity, and evidently you're doing it.
Well, I've done a little bit of just a little bit of everything. Maybe not like superstar level stuff. I haven't worked for some of the bigger companies or anything yet.
Hmm.
But when I first started, I was a model. I did shoots, and then I started getting hired for videos.
Nice.
And from there, it turned into paid gigs, and I just started rolling with that. And this was before OnlyFans.
Hmm.
Um, And then, oddly enough, I am banned from OnlyFans for life. I have,
It happens. Trust me. And I'm not trying to criticize other platforms, but I've heard people having frustration with OnlyFans. But there's other avenues out there, and you're finding there's testimony to that.
yeah, and they're one of many. I know they're like one of the main ones and all, but I use Fansly and I have some other platforms as well.
Hmm.
Um, I love working with other talent. I love working for studios. It's definitely a goal of mine to work for more each year, and this year working with Private Society was a huge step in the right direction. So
Yeah.
I'm
A
happy.
friend of mine that kind of got me started in this business, starting in the interviewing process and so forth. I'm a radio DJ. That's really what I do. But she was like, we in the adult industry don't have a lot of people in our favor behind the scenes. They want to see us, of course, in front of the camera, behind the camera. No one really investigates that. But she works for private society. So I give them a big shout because they will find people for us to interview and talk to. And yeah, you're in the right company. They're doing great things. So, hey, continue success with that. So, when you started doing that with them, was that the start of doing the harder stuff, or did you do solo stuff and just pictures before then?
No, I've worked with other talent before, but working with like private society specifically, having a company fly me out and everything, that
Hmm.
was special. So usually I would just work with talent in Los Angeles or San Diego, places like that.
Sure.
So this is definitely new, I guess. Yeah.
See, people will go to that region for adult work. I
Mhm.
did a lot of vanilla work as an actor and talent. I started doing this as I was 17 years old. But when I went to California, you're going to have that dark side, they call it. You're going to have the ABC, NBC movies and stuff like that. Then you got the adult stuff. And it's kind of the mecca of where you find both worlds, I guess is what I'm saying. So since you're West Coast, is it easier to work in adult stuff there?
Well, it's on the only place I've worked in it, so I can't speak to the East Coast or anything like that for the
Okay.
market. Also, I know I'm a very niche person, I guess, compared to like some of the more mainstream talent.
Hmm.
I know I don't take a certain look or type or anything. I'm more of like the curvy, not fully fit or whatever look. So we're looking and working on finding my audience over the years and figuring out what that really looks like for me.
There you go.
I know I do a lot of like genuine, just passionate, sensual work with all genders. I'm pansexual, so
Hmm.
I could be put in pretty much anywhere when it comes to work. And I thoroughly enjoy it. So if I'm not enjoying it, I tend to not do it again. You know what I mean? So like
Makes
with
sense.
talent stuff, like there's a good connection there almost always.
Yeah.
With the studio gigs, when they pulled me in with talent, we
Hmm.
instantly clicked and well. So I mean, I really love what I do. I think it's art, and I've been in the seedier side of things where like having like the private life of it and everything too.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting, but
Mhm.
I've also tried to be safe, knowing how much trafficking and other things are quick to happen.
Oh yeah.
So I've been playing it pretty safe over the years. The last couple of years, I've been going more full time with it, so I'm excited to see how progress will ramp up more
Yeah.
than before.
One thing this business has taught me is that there is going to be an audience for everybody.
Mhm.
People say there's this look, and I don't have a look for porn. I don't have a look for this and that. There's an audience for everybody because we're not all the same. And when I go to the conventions, I've noticed that you're going to find bigger people, you're going to find smaller people, shorter people, taller people, older people. They're doing much more than what people give them credit for and
Mhm.
making substantial income. So it's there. And when you find
You
their
just got to
homes,
find the platforms and the people, and it's kind of we're in a really large industry, and just kind of
yeah.
carving out what I need to do is has been the journey. And
Oh, yeah.
the more I work with the right people, the more I see where I'm aligned, where I'm not aligned, and it's helping.
Mhm. It works, trust me. On the side of the business, when people think that I'm in front of the camera, I tell them, look, I've got a radio, TV, film degree. I'm the one that's probably behind the camera. And I was one of the first ones in my class, or the class that the teachers were teaching in college, that shot nude art. And he said it was allowed, where, like you said, it's an art form. Well, it is an art form. And I said, I'm going to shoot something artistic, and I want you guys to rate it. And people said, hey, you had the balls to do it. Again, there's so many facets with it. Everybody thinks of in front of the camera. What about behind the camera? What about the makeup people? What about the fluffers? There's all these people that people don't understand. And what you just said makes perfect sense. Nude art is an art form. So people,
Mhm.
it's been around for thousands of years. Just get used to it. We got a bunch of prudes in this world anyway. They don't
I've had
understand.
to wear a lot of hats in it too. So working on finding more companies that kind of have a lot of the other hats taken care of would
Hmm.
be amazing. Like I've done the hair, I've done the makeup, I've done some of the talent booking and like the producing of making things happen. And I used to do model event shoots and all this stuff. Like I'm looking for like what Private Society. They brought me in, we did the work, we left. It was amazing. I totally dig it. Professional, above board.
Hmm.
Figuring out more companies in the area have been challenging because, again, a lot of them are the major companies and they're contracting people like every year more exclusively.
Sure.
So I don't really know how to get in as a freelancer. So that's been I have
Hmm.
my own mountains as a performer trying to figure out the way.
Hmm. You got to figure out your way and would help with others too. Even in vanilla acting, I
Mhm.
had an agent and she said, you're going to find work outside of me. So, and I did that. She found me real good gigs and I found gigs that people told me about. Same in this society too. But now, I guess since it's post-COVID, people were doing more online than they make money and they're doing more with the online platforms and they're self-producing themselves. Once you get a good self-production and you can make money after that, you've succeeded. That is the
Mhm.
ultimate goal. Work for yourself, produce for yourself, make content for yourself, and you get all the residuals. The game has changed, and you figured that out. I give you props for that. That's kind of cool.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
do everything I can to set myself up where where I get the chance to set up, I can set up a full photo studio, video studio, whatever. I've got like a whole kit ready to go. I've got my little camcorder, I've got my Nikon DSLR, I've got my phone. I'm
Yep.
missing a tripod or two, maybe. But like, I've got most of the setup ready to go. I'm not super tech savvy, but I know the ins and outs. I'm more comfortable
Hmm.
um being behind the camera in my head when I'm in front of the camera, so I know what looks good.
There you go.
You know?
And the same film school, you shoot it till it's right. You
Hmm.
shoot it till it's right. And if it's wrong, you take that footage and you learn from it and you correct it the next time because failure is not the enemy. Failure if you don't try. Like, look at this setup. This is my third room in the house where I live. Backdrop could be straighter, but you know what? It's going to fit for what I need it to do. My lights are right there, camera right here.
Hmm.
I've shot many things and made lots of money with just a basic setup. And it's so easy, it's so affordable. Where about 10 years ago, prices were different, but since everybody's doing it, it's easier to do. I
Hmm.
guarantee you, there'll be more self studios probably coming in this business in the next 3 or 4 years like crazy. So you're on the
Oh,
right path.
yeah.
You're on the right path.
There's lots of them here for sure, which I'm glad to see a lot of the creators making their own path.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, don't even need a degree. I've seen people who can film and they've never taken any formal training, but their stuff comes out damn good. Better than
that's
mine. I got the piece of
editing
paper to prove
skills
it, you
too.
know?
Especially with editing softwares nowadays, there's some amazing work that can be put out for a lot less costs.
Yeah. And I know we're straying off the path there, but man, the Adobe stuff is what I was trained on. And you don't have to afford that crazy stuff anymore. You have to spend money on that stuff anymore. Even the editing on the phone is great. So if you get a good phone, you got a good camera, you're in good business. So
Oh,
learn
yeah.
this year in April at Exotica. Always learning, always
That's
learning.
one I would like to attend, but it is I don't know about this year. I was gonna try, but I this year I'm definitely gonna try to go back to, oh my goodness, it's gonna be next year. January 2026. It's already coming.
It
I
is.
can't
Yeah,
believe it.
let's not rush it. She just
I know.
you put a date
Don't go that
stamp on
far.
this episode, man. They're gonna say, when did it come out? Yeah, 4 years from now, they're gonna say it came out 2025. See, you weren't supposed to say that, but I'm not gonna edit it. I'm gonna keep it right in there. I promise. Now, that's one thing I will encourage for you to do, and all the other people in the business or getting into business, that you will try some of the conventions. Your clicks will go crazy. I walked into my first one last year in Miami. Excuse me, it was the summer, not this summer, but of course 2024. Two people I was introduced to that turned into 20, that turned into 200, that turned into the thousands. It will grow. It will grow, but they want to see you in person. You shake hands. This stuff does work. That's how come our holiday's doing so well. People understand our concept, and we'll be out there talking to people the last half of this year. So if you're there, my friend, I'll introduce you to some people. It's all about networking and getting it out there. We all win if we work together.
Indeed.
Yeah,
But definitely within the next year, I'd like to get out there. That'd be
there you
nice.
go. Now
Las Vegas in January for sure, too.
let me ask you this. Are you part of a group? Do you have a spouse or a significant other? Because sometimes that plays a fact in what you do on camera and who you do it with.
Well, I did have one years ago, and that's why when I started out, I wasn't really going hard, so to
Hmm.
speak.
Yeah.
But now that I'm away from that and much better place in my life, I'm single, polyamorous, solo polyamorous, basically.
Gotcha.
So I think it's safer for me working in this industry as well
Hmm.
because if someone's meant to be like my person, that's great. I'm totally open to that. And I've been a loyal person before. I could do it again. It's not that. It's just that no one has been able to truly show up at my level. And I'm a really deep person, especially off camera.
Hmm.
So
There
like,
you go.
you know, I need
Hmm.
someone to kind of match my deep, but also match my freak. And like there's a little bit of
Magic
balance
thinking.
there that needs to be had.
Yeah, because
And because the industry has such rigorous testing, I need someone who's up to speed with their hygiene with the STIs and everything as well.
and on top of that, most that I've noticed, and I ask this because people will understand that most of your spouses, or whatever you want to call them, are your managers. They are the people booking stuff for you. They are they're the genie that sits up on the hill with these people. And when I meet them in person, I say, "This is my husband." We shake hands. We're like, "I do this for her, and she's the face of this stuff." It works. because you can't do it by yourself. That's where we went wrong with National Sex Day. I put it out there to see what we would get, and I wanted it to pick up. In fact, I wasn't even trying to talk to people in the industry because I didn't want the porn association because porn gets a bad rap. Then we realized porn is a part of it, but it's not the only thing. So we went to the conventions, and then people understood where we came from, and I see where they're coming from. And they said, "Well, you got something good, but you don't have any help, man." When you get the help, you get the mouths running, you get the buzz going, it just snowballs. So now we understand that, and now we're going places. So people, get some help. Get that person or persons with you, even other actors and actresses, because you're going to find some that won't, but the majority will. They'll give you their people online saying, I endorse this person, or I have a platform, I got 2,000 followers, follow this person. It works. It works.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe
yeah.
how that works, and it's genuine in this industry. It's crazy
That's
how that works.
that's why when I do collabs, I focus on creating good connections. Not because they have the platform, because I really like their vibe. Like Monique Miles,
Mhm.
amazing performer, amazing, amazing business person too.
See
Like they
that?
know their shit, hands down. Like the
Yeah,
fact that there's not more awards on the resume is a disgrace. Like they really deserve it.
it's
So yeah,
business. I've said it
um,
almost every single episode. Excuse me. It's a business. It is treated as a business. You must put work into your business. You must market your business. You must fund your business. You got to travel for your business. It's a business at the end of the day. You just have more physical attractions and physical and interactions than other people who on this planet work and what they do. But it's
I'd love a team. I'd love a platform that was kind of generating more in order to sustain a team. I'd love having other actors that I know as friends and
Mhm.
kind of, guidance sometimes because sometimes they know something I don't and vice versa. And it's really helpful
Yeah.
because I come more from the modeling side. And
Mhm.
no, I'm not like perfect physique or whatever, but like models have all shapes and sizes. So I'm not here for the horrible body shaming because in the industry, that's where I actually get the most of it. A lot of people say they won't sign me because I have too big of a stomach and not big enough ass. And I'm like, excuse me.
I've seen people three times your
I
size.
have too, and
And
I love them, and I know that a lot of them are getting good gigs. So please don't tell me it's that. But it does come down to the lack of help. I work a lot of vanilla jobs too, trying to
mhm.
take care of people, and it's hard to manage it all, and then myself, and and go out there and do everything if I not my schedule is all over the place. I'm able to keep pretty organized, like to get back to people and stuff. But as far as schedules, I really can only make an LA trip happen once a month, maybe.
Mhm.
Now, if I was getting more consistent paid work, I could take more time off and have more shifts covered. But like, there's not balancing
Mhm.
for me to do collabs only and take time off.
Consistency. And that's with
Hmm.
any job. You get rolling, you get cut off in this day and age in the economy. I don't want to even venture into that. It's crazy what's going on in some parts of the world. But I will say, when it comes to the business, though, it seems like that uh, porn never goes away. It's always a need for people who are going to watch it when things are good. They're going to watch when things are not so good. It's still going to be there. But when you find that audience, like you said, and there's all types, all shapes people, and even on this platform, I've interviewed the people who look like, you know, the model that you're talking about. I've interviewed people much heavier. I've interviewed trans people. I've interviewed, bisexual. It doesn't matter. We're putting it all together, but they have an audience. They have an audience, and you'd be surprised who follows who. But they get
And
paid
I love that
and
that's
work
for
for it.
everyone.
Pardon
Sorry, there was a lag there, so I did like cut and kept
me?
going. Um, but no, I that's why I really love this industry overall. Like when people come at me with the toxicity, I'm like, look, you are one person, and I know 1,000 more people that could say otherwise.
Yeah,
So, I mean, there's
they,
a
they
lot
don't
of good
define
people in
you.
this industry, and it's huge. And it's not even just in the United States. I mean, one day I hope to go to Europe and travel and see all the different creators there, because there's a lot of creators out there, a lot
A
of
lot of
good
creators
talent
there.
too.
And I will say, in all fairness, the person that reached out to me about telling me I needed a team, they are from England. And I don't know how National Sex Day from Texas ended up going to England. I don't know. I know I put it out there. Whatever you put on the web, it's vulnerable. Somebody can find it. But he contacted me and said, "We're going to try to set you in the right path." And that's the guy that introduced me to the two girls going to Exotica, who in turn introduced me to everybody else who was there. And it just really went. And like I said, you have to have this team. And everybody that I talked to on the sport program, I consider you part of the team because we are promoting each other right now. The more we put it out there, the more it's going to be. So, yeah, you keep riding this ride, man. You're going down that same highway we're all going. It takes a team to do so. And here at Sex Day, we can be part of your team as well.
Appreciate that. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm a team player, so I'm glad to hear it.
Hey, having the biggest sex holiday on calendar, it's crazy. Out of 7 billion people, I'm the owner. And yeah, that affects everybody. They don't think it's going to affect them, but it will. We have a few minutes left. So if you could give us like your social media handles and where people can find you and your work.
Okay, so fansly.com/DNA Witch. It's my original name I started with when I was 18, and when I started my Fansly, it wouldn't let me change it to Aura Rose, but my stage name is Aura Rose.
Hmm.
Um, you can go to dnawitch.com. You can go to xaurarosex.com. It all leads to the same places.
Okay.
Instagram shuts me down on a regular basis, so my current one that isn't completely blocked right now is xaurarosex.
Yep. That
Otherwise, to
happens
find
too.
me, I have a link tree. It's linked to my Instagram as well. My link tree is there. It's under the same name. It's dna.witch for that.
Okay.
I kept it as consistent as I could, so you can find me when the event happens next when I get deleted because it happens a lot.
There you go. I know exactly what you mean. And also send me that too on the text. That way I can put into the credits. 'Cause everybody, we take all the
Of
credits
course.
that we can, or at least a couple links where you can find these people. I know we tell you that, but also we check out the credits. We put what we have in there for you, information for all the models and people who take the time to be a part of this. So we appreciate all that and wish you the best success. We want you to get out there and do what you do. Again, we want to be a part of your team for everybody who I've interviewed since the first, show we've had to what we've got now. We are going to be a part of this one capacity or the other. Sex Day has to be there. If you're having sex, then we do what we do. We promote the people we can promote. We bring awareness that we can. We go to the people, we talk to them in person, shake hands like everybody else and stuff like that. And then we get behind the scenes too. People, there's so many things the public does not know about the industry. 90% of what people do in the world, they don't do as a profession when it comes to the sex industry. And it's just
Mm,
more than the people you see on camera. They have lives, they have kids, they have vanilla jobs, like you said.
mm.
All those contribute to what's going on, and the misconceptions out there are crazy. We're here to break it down and give it to you. So, check out our next episodes that we're going to be bringing to you, ladies and gentlemen. We got more people we're going to interview. If you are a performer and you want to interview, reach out to us. If you're starting a business, need some pointers, check out some of the past things we've done. We're on XBiz TV, SLS Radio. We're also on our YouTube channel, and we're also on FetLife as well as Twitter, and all those handles are also found in the credits. So, with that being said, we appreciate your time, our time. We just had a great time interviewing you. Good luck to you. If you ever come to the conventions, my friend, come up to our booth and say hello. We'll take a picture and we're going to promote you. So that's what we're going to do. Any parting goodbyes or shouts out?
Thank you for having me. Obviously, shout out to Private Society, and I shout out Monique Miles already. Um, but thank you very much for having me, and I hope to actually meet you at a convention soon.
One last thing. We saw the dog in there. Can we have the dog?
Of course, she's pretending to be asleep right now, but she's so awake. This
Mm.
is Luna.
See
Now,
that, people?
she
Look at
will
those
be
ears.
with me at everything. So if you guys see me at events, conventions, parties, she's my ride or die.
Hmm.
She
She
keeps me
is.
alive and she will be there too. She's a service dog, but she has kept me safe. So she will be everywhere I go.
How big is she? Because she looks like a pretty good sized dog.
She's only 40 pounds.
What?
Yeah, she's
Mm.
only 40 pounds. She's got like that German Shepherd mix rescue mutt kind of combination. She had 9 puppies. She's amazing, and she is the star everywhere we go.
She looks bigger than 40 pounds, but hey, you know, I've got
Well,
a
here, this is how big she is.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a handful. I've got a 10-pound Shawini and she's yay, and she thinks she's 40 pounds. I'll say that much about her. But hey,
Mhm.
Jasmine thinks in fact, I'm gonna go feed her in a minute. That's why I'm cutting it kind of short. But still, hey, appreciate you bringing here. Appreciate the lovely dog, 'cause I'm a dog person. Sorry, folks, I don't do cats. Story behind them.
Okay, I'm allergic to cats, as it turns out. I'm kind with them. They like me, but I'm allergic especially if they don't keep themselves pretty clean, which some cats, they don't.
Mhm. That I
Yes.
can understand. All right, people. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Appreciate you hanging out with us again. And we got more coming. We're not done yet. We'll see you guys soon.